Oven's off. Hi guys. All right. I had to. Oh, what you doing way over there? I had to take the brownies out of the oven. I made brownies. Let me plug you in too. Hey, hey. Plugged you in. I just found like the best chips. I brought it back to my bedroom. Last thing I should have done. But they're aged white cheddar and sour cream. If you like cheese, you gotta like those. The entire mall electricity. Hold on. The entire mall electricity is out. Hold on. Sorry guys, my sister's at the mall and I got the whole entire mall is out. I'm like, what? They don't have a generator? But Mia's at the mall, but they're not together. You know what I mean? So like, I'm trying to figure out like, what mall are you at? Which one? Because we got 20 minutes that way and 20 minutes another way. Hey, I heard you were a wild one. Oh, she's freaking calling me. Hold on, guys. I'm so sorry. Oh, hold on. I gotta call my daughter back. She needs to leave the mall. Hold on. I'm sorry. Guys, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. If you're still here, awesome. I'll give you some time to come back on. I'm like robotic now. Oh, Mr. Robotic. The whole mall lost electricity. And my sister just happened to be there randomly. And Mia's there too. And but they didn't know they were gonna bump into each other. That came on, but I was trying to get my daughter to go with Kim because Kim's like, just come home with me, and she's like, no, I just got here, and blah blah blah. Fucking 13-year-old, you know, like actually she's 15. Holy shit! I just skipped 2 years. Holy shit! I sure as fuck did. I always do that. I look at her like she's so little. So she's 15, but I was like, don't argue with me. Go home. Come home. But all the lights came back on, so. Are you guys buffering or can you hear me? Am I back on? I know I'm like robotic right now. Sunday fun day. It was like Mia. I'm good. Okay. So sorry about the back and forth trips. I'm sorry. But I'm back. I hope you guys had a good weekend. Mine was very mellow. Ended up sticking around. There's this amazing concert in Connecticut at the casino. I bailed out. I bailed. All my friends, some of them are not too happy with me right now. But hey, you got a free hotel room out of it. You guys can sleep in my bed. So I don't want to hear it. I don't know. It's very like, wasn't feeling it. Something was just telling me, don't cross the border. Like, don't cross the border. Don't do it. Stay at home. So you got the palettes of wands. Okay. I don't know why I put this up. So this is new directions. It's fast. It's swift. It's exciting. It's an adventure. It's an adventure. So it's nice to have that come out first. Unless something's going down within my household. Hey, I heard you were if I have a coin. So somebody like within the household is just kind of like, that wasn't my energy over the weekend. Mine was just like, do. So actually busy getting videos done. But this is someone feeling left out of a situation. I don't know if someone feels like they're missing out on something. Juggling your thoughts. It's not the greatest energy. You didn't miss anything, sweetie. I just started. It's so funny because I'm thinking every time I sit behind my grandpa's hat, you guys know the story with him. He was a postman for like, I don't know, forever. I always feel like it needs to be on my head when I sit behind it, but it's so funny when I put it on. Hi, from Maui. Takes me places. Hi, Angel. Of course I remember you. How are you, sweetie? Hi. Okay, here's the deal. When the cards don't come out like this, it's like I'm not reading it right. But how can I not be reading it right? This is somebody feeling left out of a situation. So actually, this is somebody getting out of this energy, which is even more positive. All right, now they're gonna let me read. It's weird that it came across that way though. So that's kind of like old energy you're getting out of. So now you're getting out of certain circumstances that have been holding you back. King of Coin. Okay, this could be a business partner. This could be somebody that you're in a relationship with. This could be somebody within your household. This could be is Capricorn, Magician, somebody that wants a new start. So somebody is going in a new direction. If you have financial difficulties, this person that comes along is definitely a lot more stable than you are, or vice versa. Because this card to me is always like you can pay the bills, but you live week to week. Like if you're saving minimum. King of Coin is somebody who already has something established and is most definitely in the bank account and is very responsible when it comes to money and reliability and stability. All that stuff is the King of Coin. So looks like there's going to be a new situation within the household. So maybe somebody gets a new job. Maybe somebody moves. This is definitely somebody who can offer you financial stability. Yeah, you got the Tower and the Ace of Cups. So this is kind of like a surprise. I don't know, not a surprise like, hey, I can pay your bills. No, not like that. It's like if they haven't been telling you how they feel, they're going to, is what it's saying. They want to find themselves in a new situation, especially with the Eight of Coin at the bottom of the deck. So work related to, or this person's an entrepreneur, they got their own business. It's something like that. I think there's distance. Like, I don't feel the connection like I usually do. So I don't know if you set yourself free from something and then it's like, oh, you can't, and like, it's like Not that it can pull you back in, but like, yeah, see, something's over the Ten of Swords. So that was the Tower, so it's over, it's done. Something with a soulmate, Six of Cups. So it's funny that I feel lack of connection, and I can usually feel connection. Somebody must have took themselves out of an equation because they felt left out. And when you feel left out, it's fuck it, I'm out. And that's what somebody did. And then here comes a Tower or Scorpio. You're dealing with Scorpio, but to me, something was over. It's like, you know, it's unexpected because now there's something like Ace of Cups. Like, I do love you. I didn't mean to make you feel left out. I didn't mean to do this. I didn't mean to do that. It's that type of energy. I don't feel any negativity. I can usually feel this type of connection, and like, I don't feel anything. So to me, the Ace of Cups, somebody must be a magician. Like, you've been through a lot. There's lessons. Okay, see now now I can feel the heavy heartedness that was attached to it. But you released it. So we have an energy that is like healing or healed, and we have another one that's healing. Okay. It doesn't mean that the connection is not real, it's not there, it's not vibrant. It just had to, everything goes down the way it has to go down. I guess I'm just gonna leave it at that. Do I still do readings for people? I do. So this is great. It's not a bad thing at all. This is a good thing. Unless this is just somebody like, oh, nah, see, it's like a Tower moment. Someone's going to cause a Tower moment. Like, something that you thought was over. Tell me about the Ace of Cups. It's something like that. Okay, that was, all right. No, I can't take 5. Jeez, Louise. Ace of Wands. There's some good cards that came out, though. Tell me about the Ace of Cups. Yeah, I heard you back to life, back to reality. Yeah, back on. The High Priestess, the Death card. Of course I remember you, Angel. I'm still having a hard time. Angel, do you mind if I use you for an example real quick? So I can explain what's happening? And this is me using you for an example with no judgment. Because this talks... Angel is in that cycle that she's, well, let me get her response real quick. Ace of Cups. So you have the Sun and the Ten of Cups. So something comes amazing out of the Ace of Cups. This is a very positive reading. Angel, can I use you for an example? I'm gonna do another reading, but this is a positive reading. It's like something's over, and to me it looks like somebody's gonna come and talk to you about something, discuss something. It's very kind of, it's a sudden type of thing. It's energy of change, love. Whomever was feeling left out and cut themselves out of a situation, it was the right thing to do. So when someone comes back, make sure you're making the right decisions. Okay. Can you guys hear me okay? I feel like I'm still like super robotic and it's messing with things. Can you guys hear me? Am I functioning okay? Like, all good if I look like a robot, but like, yeah, you can hear me. Okay. So, Angel, you still with us? Because she actually has a perfect example going on. Okay. Yes. So Angel, are you good with me kind of telling some of your story? Because of course I remember you. I talk about things with you guys all the time about cycles and having to make choices and decisions and you taking control of a certain situations. Okay. And I always know who's gonna do it and who's not. I can just see it. I can foretell that type of stuff. So I do my best, right, to explain certain situations. So I just we were just talking about it's ironic that you're back, Angel, because we were just talking about cycles in one of my previous videos prior to this where I was just talking and recognizing go to videos from like 2018 or go to a further video kind of see where you're at. Well, that's a thing because now she's back and is finding herself in the same exact situation that she found herself in probably a year ago. But it's either not having those people because she needed to make a choice and stand her ground when it came to two different men and a parental figure. And probably because a choice wasn't made, choices were made for her. So she either is in the same exact position now or she lost both of them. And that's just the way it works. It's just, I know these things. I knew it last year when I tried to help people in this situation, right? So now once again, she's finding herself in a situation where she's hurt and she feels like she's losing everything and everyone. But you also had the opportunity last year, and you can still have the opportunity now to fix your situation, Angel, by any means. Please email me. It's not what I'm trying to say. But you are the perfect example because you didn't want to let go. You didn't want to self comfort. You didn't want to stand your ground when it came to certain stuff and situations. And I did that for years. So there is no judgment here. But now, a year later, you either found yourself in the same exact situation where these two men are completely out of your life, or you never made the decision, but you're still heartbroken because you never made your own decision. You never stood up for yourself and decided between one or the other. You just let it carry on. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, when you don't break a cycle, and I'm telling you by the cards and by the energy what needs to be done and what needs to be recognized and what needs to be focused, yep, shit's creek. You're going to find yourself in the same situation. And Angel, I will guide you through this, so make sure you email me, okay? But and thank you for letting me use you as an example. And I'm not saying it's not one of those I told you so, but that's a big wake up call for everybody on my channel because I directed her and plenty of other people to make these choices last year. And it's so crazy now. Here we go, a year later, you're fighting over the same stuff. You feel defeated over the same shit, the same argument. You see what I'm saying? Only you can get yourself out of it. And she chose to stay in a certain situation without making certain decisions. So when I'm sitting here telling you certain energies and what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing, I'm not doing it for shits and giggles. I'm doing it because I know how it works. It's just hard getting yourself out of a situation that you've been in for a long time and making those decisions. But as soon as you do, your life changes. So stop sitting here and be like, fuck, I was in the same place as I was last year, but you're doing nothing to get the fuck out of it. That's on you. That is on you alone. You are the only one to blame to keep finding yourself in the same cycle year after year after year. Because I've been teaching for over a year to get you out of that cycle. That's why tomorrow we're going to talk about it again too, because it's important, because here comes the cycle all over again. Here comes a lot of people that haven't, been on my page for like a good year. And it's probably because you were sick of Courtney telling you you had to make choices and you had to go in certain directions. And now that you find yourself in the same situation, you're going to come back to my channel and be like, oh, Courtney always knew my story. Let me go find out, what's really going down, right? Well, I didn't make the brownies.
Why would you put them in that pan, Mom? You want that thin of brownies? They're that thin.
Well, I'm sorry.
Well, who does
you
that?
disapprove of my brownie making. I just put them in the wrong pan, so they're just thinner brownies. So just
No, they're awful brownies.
They're awful? Well, then I will eat them all.
And like I didn't want you to make them. Like I bought banana nuts.
Oh.
Yeah, like I told you I wanted to just the other day.
Okay, well we'll make another batch.
Well, there's no more. You didn't buy.
I'll buy more. Take Finny with you.
No.
Lonnie. Alana.
What?
Open my door and let the dog out. What? And shut my door, please. I'm doing a video. Thank you.
It's not my fault you won't leave.
Well, move out of his way.
I'm not in his way. Let's go. Leave. Go. Come on. Go.
I'm not mad per se. Not at that situation. It is, and I'm not frustrated. We all learn our own ways. But it's frustrating not because certain people didn't learn certain things. It's frustrating because now what? No, get out of here. Just get out of here. No, skedaddle.
What?
No, not what? So, go. No, go. Yeah, there's nothing in there anyway. It's that.
Didn't you use it on?
Yeah, well, because other people are sucking it down.
Didn't use it once today. Haven't used it once today.
Okay, whatever.
What?
Just,
it was you.
Oh,
Sucking it down.
Leave my freaking room. I can't right now. I love you. Oh my god. No, oh my fucking god. Okay, so I love all you guys. But see what I'm saying? Like, there's so many people now too in certain situations where you're gonna start realizing, and all these people are coming back like, oh shit, why am I still in this situation? Well, that's because you didn't listen to what I had to say last year. And there's nothing wrong with that, because it takes me like 4 or 5 times to figure anything out in my fucking life. You know how many times I make that mistake? So kudos for you for actually coming back and wanting to fix the situation, is what I should be saying, right? So it's just the way shit goes and works. It took me a while to start listening to my own advice. So there's absolutely no passing judgment. It's just, it's all coming back. It's all coming back to me now. Right? So change, we're gonna think, it's the only way to create change. It's the change that's needed on your end to get yourself out of circumstances. You know, but as soon as I started figuring this stuff out, I started teaching you guys. I'm more of a teacher than the energy, and I didn't know it would go in that direction. You know, but I'm very fortunate that there is someone like me on YouTube and other people. I'm sure I'm not the only one that can guide this type of situation by looking at the cards. You gotta love tarot, right? And I love tarot, but like, it's a guide. It wasn't meant for you to just get all the answers. It's how do you work with it, and then once you figure out why you had to do that lesson and why lessons never stop, and how do you evolve, what do you take from it. It's as soon as you start recognizing all these things, you have to acknowledge them, sit with them, absorb them, understand them. There's so many moves, right? But like, that's why I battle sometimes where to go next, because I don't want to start all over again, because I have so many newbies too, and it's like, I know you all need this guidance, but sometimes, like, to me it's like I should have went back and labeled all my videos certain stuff, like teaching lessons, because I don't want to get back in that same pattern. I've already taught it. So, but there is stuff coming back up that we obviously need to review. You've never left. Oh, well, thank you. No, a lot of people, they come and go, you know what I mean? But now I notice a lot of people, especially like certain clients, you disappear for a little while, certain followers, then you come back and you get pulled back because you never got yourself out of the situation that I was teaching you to get yourself out of. But a lot of people didn't want to hear what I was teaching, because it's very hard to comprehend that you have to let go of certain stuff. People don't like to hear that. As soon as they realize I'm the way I'm doing stuff, a lot of people just want to leave the scenario because it's easier. It's just easier to dip out. It's easier to ghost somebody. It's easier to ignore somebody and not give them the respect and get back to them, because it's fucking easier. But you will come across that situation again, and Saturn will kick your ass until you're fucking buried in the mud and drowning on your fucking spit. Believe me. Okay? So that's why a lot of people are now coming back. And a lot of people, I'm telling you, like, if I came across a tarot reader that was constantly like, well, not seeing the negativity in the cards, but trying to explain how to get out of the situation, nobody wants to hear that, because the majority of people just want to know their answers. It's like spying. That's not what tarot is for. So you get what you get. And I've been trying to teach you guys that for a very long time. This is what you need to do to get out of your situation. I did that for a solid year. So I don't want to, and that was awful energy for me too, because it was learning as we went too, right? So it's like, I don't want to repeat that cycle by going in and doing it again, but I am going to acknowledge it for you guys that, truth be told, that's what's happening again. And now they find themselves back on my page and find themselves in a very similar situation, if not the same one, trying to figure out, why did that happen? Well, because you didn't want you to come first. It was too hard to choose you. It's a harsh lesson. I know. It took me a long time to figure it out. It's not easy. And when you do, you don't let go of it. You teach it. You inspire other people. Every relationship you've been in, shit that you swept under the rug, shit you didn't want to acknowledge, or somebody else didn't want to talk about it, but you let it go because every time you try to bring it up, it turned into an argument, or it's just the same old shit. You have to choose to get out of it. So Angel, if you're still listening, email me. It's not easy to be by yourself and go through certain stuff and not have somebody in your life like that, but especially when you're used to it. How do you think I felt? I went from a 21-year marriage to no one, except for like when I did my thing or whatnot, you know what I mean, and then like dating in between, but it's not the same, you know what I mean? But now my next partnership will be, I am where you at, you are where you're at. That's, you're already whole. You know what I mean? So at that point, there's still going to be difficulties, but other type of difficulties. And the challenge is to work through them together versus running away from them because somebody doesn't want to open up or don't know if they can trust the situation, or depends on what level of spirituality you're at. People can just be straight up freaked out. You got to be comfortable with being your own person, because they don't acknowledge relationships like that. You don't need to be in a relationship. It's really all about you and your happiness at the end of the day. And if you happen to bump into somebody, or somebody comes your way and you get to have that with somebody, then that's special and you cherish it. But you don't cherish something where someone's not talking to you or not responding, and it's been months and months and months of bullshit, but you're still holding on because you're listening to all these other readers. Something's going to come in and it's going to change, and you have that type of hope, and people tell you unconditional love. No, that unconditional love is what you have for you, not for somebody else. You don't stick by somebody's side because you have unconditional love for them. You're just going to bury them even deeper, bury you and yourself even deeper. If there's no reciprocity, that person does not belong in your life, period. If they can't give you the same respect you're giving them, they don't belong in your fucking life. It truly is that simple. Just people don't want to absorb the sorrow. They don't want to accept what people are telling them. So we're gonna go through all that. We'll probably start tomorrow, and I'll do like little segments of why you're in this situation, why this situation's here again, and then from there, that's it. I'm gonna continue doing what it is I'm doing. I'm not gonna repeat a whole year of something I already taught. I hope that doesn't sound awful and harsh, because it probably does to some of you, and I don't mean it to come off that way. I can't put myself in that situation. I taught that lesson. I gotta teach new lessons. You know what I mean? But that's why a lot of people like disappear too. You know what I mean? Like, you don't like being told the situation. Sorry. I'm here to teach. I'm not going to be that reader. Like, I'm not that person. So we have the Empress. This could be you. You could be considering yourself an Empress. You can be a mother. This can be a wife. This can be a leader. This can be an entrepreneur. You got the Page of Cups. You're turning your back. You're not focused on somebody who's you got feelings for, but is not doing jack shit about it. You're not even focused. Yeah, I got those feelings, but this is a situation where you got more self-respect for yourself. Yeah, I got feelings for you. I know what I want out of this situation, but I'm a fucking Empress. Somebody learned a lesson. Maybe somebody's gonna come at you and apologize. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's a lesson learned. Okay. Moving forward, victory, even if it feels like a small win, it's still a win. Okay. Trying to ground a situation, just trying to ground things in your life. All coming back to me now. I don't know what that is. All coming back to me now. You only stay for so long. You only put yourself in a situation for so long. You only say what needs to be said for so long. All right? This is the Empress. I need to invest my time elsewhere. I invested too much time in a situation. Obviously, she wasn't getting feedback. It's something like that, as clear as day, because her back is turned. And an Empress would accept an apology. She would not turn her back to an apology. She invested some time in her feelings. She invested herself in a situation, but she's no longer focused on that. She's focused on what's ahead of her, grounding her own situation, staying determined, moving forward. So you got the Four of Swords. So you're dealing with somebody who's in the process of healing, meditating, resting. Tell me about the Four of Swords. Or you healed from the situation, or you're healing and you're moving forward. That's it, you know. You either invest time, the investment goes the right way, or it doesn't. The Empress doesn't mess around. It's like the Emperor. The Emperor wouldn't mess around either. All right, so yeah, you still have somebody in the energy of somebody who still has feelings for you. Okay, stressed out, having a hard time sleeping. They're having dreams about you. All right, but they don't know how to acknowledge this because all they're thinking about is their past and their pain. Well, again, the Empress has learned a lesson somewhere, clear as day. Okay, and she's about to give birth. It's ironic because I got the Empress at the other bottom of the deck, and I just realized, I'm like, what is she actually looking at? There's no card there, but she's actually looking at this Empress, right? So it's like you got this one energy shifting your focus, worrying on you, creating your own future so you see positivity, because you can't hold on to something or someone that is hanging on to their past. They're definitely having some dreams, but they're also still dealing with their past or their current situation, and therefore that's where they're at. Therefore the Empress, I don't know if she really turned her back for sure. I mean, it looks like it in the cards for sure. She turned her back, and her investment is elsewhere. She tried. She knows there's only so much trying you can do before you don't put yourself in that equation anymore. Tell me about the Six of Wands. The Moon. All right, so yeah, this is somebody that's still hiding feelings, going through a transformation, not seeing something, confused. So there's somebody going through a transformation type energy, but it's also somebody who's very focused on what went down in their past, like Crimea River. The Empress is not like Crimea River. The Empress is like, fucking cry in your own river. All right, as she's created rivers herself, but she doesn't sit in fucking puddles anymore. It's victorious that way, you know, and it obviously was not easy by any means, I'm sure, but she's going towards happiness, to her own dreams. You know, a journey. Tell me about the Two of Pentacles. It's very positive. And I know some of you might be in that energy of like, oh, but it hurts. Well, yeah, it hurts. But you also know you're doing the right thing, right? And when you do the right thing, things come to you. The right things. Yeah, see? There's the journey. Oh, and there's the Fool. Okay, so you have a new start regardless. All right, you're not holding on to the cliff, nothing. You're going. You know, these are two cards that are extremely, I talk about spiritual journeys. These are the top two cards when it comes to spiritual journeys. Okay. So you're off creating your own thing, doing your own thing. Never mind the other energy that's here. And yeah, of course, I'm not trying to be an ass. I'm sure it hurts. You know what I mean? When you have to let go of, seriously? Hold on. Okay. That text, I just got a text that just came out of nowhere. So that just threw me way off. Jesus. Sorry, that just, I don't know if you're gonna get a message for somebody just freaking out of the blue like I just did. That blows your mind. I'm trying to think if it's somewhat linked. Maybe now that you're doing your own thing, you turn your back. It's gonna be hard. I know you didn't probably want to turn your back in this situations by any means, right? But like you did, you had to, and now you're on your own spiritual journey. Wishes coming true, wishes being granted. I'm just trying to see, I just, where that text fits in, because it happened while I was on the phone with you guys and I picked up on it. You might get a message from somebody wanting a new start, and that definitely, that message I just got would be, I mean, someone just opened a can of worms when we're not crossing that line anymore. So I don't even, like I said, I don't know who's going to come back into the picture and when or for what reason. Okay. But it's like, as soon as you get your mojo back and you invest in what needs to be invested in, and you're investing your energy in the right place, things will just come to you. Okay. Like I was saying, obviously it's hard. Not, did you turn your back or not? I mean, it looks like you did in the cards, but like you probably said what needed to be said. You invested time in a situationship or a relationship for sure with someone. And right now, that other person is just, they're dreaming about you. They're having a hard time going to the unknown. They're still dealing with their past. They're not even looking at the positive. They're not even looking at the positivity within this connection. Like, they're not looking at the connection. They're too focused on what went down in the past. You know what I mean? Like, probably very illusionary energy, but it's not energy that's getting them moving. Can you feel the beat within my heart? See what I'm saying? Like, somebody is in that energy where we got somebody else that's just like, they're so focused on the pain that they felt in the past that they're having a hard time even coming back around. So you obviously still care for this person, but if you ask me, you got dreams and wishes, you got stuff coming back around. Could there be some guilt there? Yeah, absolutely. That's all energy of, like, you know, dreaming, anxiety, dark night of the soul. There's always guilt attached to that. The past, you know. Hold on, that's my Mia. Hi. Okay, so this is also telling me, it's ironic because with the message I just got through text message, I'm done this read, but now I'm going to do another scenario. Say this was a text message I just got, okay? It does sound like somebody wants a new start, but what they just came at me with is more like this type of attitude, like, not my way or the highway, but like, that card's all about pleasing, right? Like, you never know who's coming at you. And I think another reason why the Empress right here has the Seven of Pence is because you better know where to invest your time and with who. Because that message just came out of nowhere. And he sent me a very specific editorial on something, a link. But that link crosses the lines between where me and him stand right now. So with the Seven of Pence, you got the Nine of Wands and the Hangman. So this is a fight. You've gone through a shit ton of battles. You might need to change your perspective with something on the past, because that's the way it's looking. To me, it's like, you know what? I fought. I said what needed to say. I had the courage to say what needed to be. Say what you need to say. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but you did. So now I think you sacrificed and took yourself out of an equation is what you did. Because yeah, it's this would be the person who's extremely spiritual, and you had the confidence and you took yourself out of an equation. And I'm telling you, like that was smart, because right now this person is in the energy of just dreaming, illusionary energy, having anxiety, dark night of the soul, is still attached to their own past, probably is blocking you. And you know they got feelings for you. You're not stupid by any means. But this is their energy, and it's just like, no, you know, why? This is your energy. It doesn't make this person a bad person by any means. It was just, you did all you could do in a situation. You know what I mean? And this is you moving forward. I'm not gonna lie though, because the Fool, everything is going in this direction. Like, it's still dealing with your past, but you're still moving forward. So I don't know if somebody from your past is gonna come back into the picture, because that's what it looks like. But be smart when you invest the time, because you could be dealing with somebody who's arrogant. Like, that arrogant person, but they don't realize they're arrogant. That's not the same person that's sitting in all this energy. It's the past. It's not. And then I know you're gonna question. You're gonna question it. You're gonna say to yourself, why is this other person back? And it's not even the person you just stopped investing time into. It's somebody, but now something's gonna come back. I don't know what you're gonna do. You better be real smart. Tell me about the Nine of Cups. Because it's almost like, yeah, see, this is somebody who's going to come in, play Romeo, that got feelings for you. See, you might got something new that might develop, and some of you might go for it, but there's still something with this person too. So now, see, now you're going to be dealing with two different energies. Okay. I don't know what you're going to do. Good chance for both of you are going to be dealing with two people from your past. Tell me about the Knight of Cups. Because the Knight of Cups is not that same person's energy. Someone could be at a distance. Well, like, the wait is over. Someone's coming back. You got two people, though. You got two energies on my board now. Two different men and one woman. But see, you're going to be tested. Some of you are like, I have nobody, but this can come out of the blue. Because now you're going to be in a situation where you're going to try to distract yourself, because you just took yourself out of a situation. And now you're focused on you and what you need to focus on. But now you're going to get somebody else that comes back in that you know that's charming, okay? And might want to start something new. So it's a test, because will you continue to work on yourself and where you're investing in your current time? Or are you going to take what you're lacking, because you would still feel that lack, because obviously there was a connection, and now there's another one coming. Either way, you're starting new, you're starting fresh. Yeah, see, this is the past. Somebody from your past is coming back, walking right back. You might walk right back to them too. And now you might leave that King of Pence that was in our first read. You might be done with their situation right now. Like, no new start, because you've learned a lesson. And then, yeah, I see you're moving forward, but when you move forward, there's someone else out there. You're gonna have to make a decision. See what I'm saying? Two, and then two, a new contract. It could bring happiness. You're gonna have to change your perspective. See, I got the goosebumps. Like, holy shit! I knew one day this would happen, and it's about to go down. It's all right though. I'll make the best decisions for me, like you'll make the best decisions for you. But it's coming, because I mentioned it and it just went down. Okay, so I think the best thing you can do right now, though, is if you're gonna do anything, I'd move real slow with someone. If both of these people are out of the equation and out of your life, and somebody new comes back, that's if somebody just stepped out of your life, and now you're just focused on you and what you want to invest your time into, because you're thinking about it. It's fresh, because you're like, I did all I could do. Patience now. You know what I mean? You did all you can do. So it's going to be up to you on where you invest your time, with who, if anyone, unless it's just you. It really depends on where you're at in your journey and what comes next for you, and what you feel you may be lacking. The Empress doesn't really ever lack anything. So just be careful. As long as you're getting reciprocity, you're going to be okay. Because your current situation, there was no synergy. That pent by itself. This is synergy. This was not. Whatever you just left, if someone left you or you left them or you stopped talking, vice versa, there was no synergy. So you did the right thing. No matter how much love you weren't, there was no synergy. You could have been texting, and they didn't even bother to text you back. You could have called someone, but however it works for you. Nothing. So now you're taking care of yourself. But now you got a new fish coming down your stream. Well, there's a new fish about to come down your stream. Okay? And it's truly going to be up to you. Some of you might not want neither of them at this point. But this Empress, where you invested time, is, you know, if this person shows some type of reciprocity, you'd be fine. You can balance the situation. So I don't know what you're going to do or who you're going to wait for. I think right now the wait is over. Tell me about the Empress. See, I hate when things like that come at me. I really do. I do. Because I freaking do. I find it annoying. It's like, oh, great, thanks. Just when I feel like I got my shit together, and it's like, oh, here comes another fucking curveball. It's frustrating for me. Yeah, it's the same energy. You know what I mean? Like, judgment. Someone's going to want your forgiveness. So you have somebody that's eventually going to come back and want your forgiveness, or vice versa. Because I think the other person you're dealing with doesn't need your forgiveness. I think whomever this other person is to you that's coming in, there wasn't any, it didn't end like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you guys, when you have a bond, it didn't end with disappointment. You guys would probably remain friends for a long time. You know what I mean? And now that friend might want something more. So it looks like the person who might be coming back, even though it looks like two, I feel like there's one person more than the other that you would want to invest your time with. if that makes sense. It looks like you're waiting on someone to show balance, to show you what they're capable of. It's like, but here's the deal, be careful, because it's almost like this person's watching you, and you might be waiting, which would not be the right thing to do. It definitely looks like you took yourself out of the equation, but there was another twist on the story that I pulled from. Okay. And it looks like this person's now watching you, but you're like, well, if you show me what I need, then maybe. Because you turn your back to that type of energy. You're not focused there. Your focus is, if you want something to work, you better show me some reciprocity. You know what I mean? Like, there was just no duality there. There just wasn't. But it's possible. So it's like, fight for what it is you want. Don't settle. And then this person's either going to want your forgiveness or vice versa. It's going to be up to you whether or not you want to resurrect something. But someone's still not taking action. So I don't know how this is going to go down for you. It's going to tell me about the Seven of Pentacles. It's going to be different for everyone. Just be careful. Yeah, see, somebody wants to come and offer something. So will they take my offer or not? Because right now, you were dealing with that energy of somebody sitting there with the Nine of Cups too. So you still got two people in this equation. I'm telling you right now, if you say to yourself, I don't got anyone in my life or any, like, nothing like that, it's coming in. It might just be one person versus two. But someone's definitely going to come back. And it's not just because it's Mercury. It's because you're now the Empress. It's all about value, how you value yourself, and how you're currently going to make decisions. Not because of Mercury, please understand that. I mean, Mercury might have something to do with it, but it's not. It's because you're damn Empress, because you know better. So now it's going to be one of those things, like, somebody, it's a little bit of a test, whether it's right or wrong. You have to figure that out on your own, right? But it's because you're the Empress. You've mastered all the queens, and she came out earlier as the High Priestess too, right? So you got to use your intuition, you got to use your knowledge. What are you gonna get yourself into, or what are you gonna not get yourself into? Oh man, bummer. This is one of my favorite little warm sweatshirts. I didn't even realize there was a hole there. Oh, I just ruined that one. I could probably just cut around it. Remember, like, in the 80s and the 70s, we would just cut, like, right here. And then it would fringe. So I got a new project. All right. So what will you accept? Because something's going to come back around. And this would probably be something you offered something to someone, and at the time they didn't want it. Or you're worried, do I take this offer because you haven't shown me that you're ready to put effort into anything right now. You got difficult decisions coming up. But it still looks positive, right? And it's ironic because I told you someone was just about to probably come back into your life, right? And it was the King of Pentacles, somebody who's very stable. Hold on, that's Mia. Hi. Okay. All right, that was me. I'm gonna leave it at that because everyone's situation is gonna be different. It's just all these options are going to start coming at you now, because now you know self-worth, self-value, that type of stuff, right? So you're going to have to make some smart decisions, you know? So put your one card. Best advice. Best advice. The Fool. Go have a new start. Put the weight down. Whatever does not serve you, whatever does not make you happy, let it go. Go have a new start. Go. Don't let nothing hold you back. Somebody already got a taste of something yummy. You know what I mean? You already got a taste of something good, so go after it. Again, it's one of those lessons. It's up to you. You can either put the weight down or you can go after it. If you don't put the weight down, you will find yourself in the situation of repeating the same exact life that you just repeated for the last year. So don't let this be somebody else's decision. You put the fucking weight down. It's your decision. Which one do you want? A majority of you, your best advice was this, so it looks like it's already going down. It's going down, right? You got to put the weight down. It's not nobody else's decision right now. It's yours. If you're not getting what you need out of a situation, you put the damn weight down and you move forward. And that's it. Belief. Don't let someone tell you that it's very irresponsible of you to take a leap of faith and to risk certain stuff. It's not irresponsible. That's you following your faith, feeling free, liberated. You don't need to carry someone else's weight if you're not getting anything in return. Go enjoy life. This card's all about freedom. Freedom. You can either choose to feel liberated and free, or you can allow whatever was weighing you down or somebody else's weight to affect your future. Okay? So there's that. I love you guys. So apparently this week coming up is going to be like a teaching week, which is important. So I'll give that to you. But I won't repeat it for another year. But, you know, let's get out of the way what needs to get out of the way and start recognize certain stuff, and so we can all go after this freedom. No need to walk around with someone else's blockages or weight with your head down, feeling sad. You know what I mean? Like, no, chin up. Faith is a beautiful thing. Hope is a beautiful thing. If I didn't have my faith and my hope, I wouldn't be who I am today. Thank you, Teresa. I love you. So, it's up to you. It sucks when you gotta make adult decisions. You know, but it's your choice, one or the other. And this is weight you choose to carry because you don't know how to let go of it, or because you don't want to feel the pain of it. You don't want to let something go. So it's one or the other. You know? If you ask me, I'll always play the fool. I'd be very confident in doing it too. Because it's a new start, it's a new beginning, it's freedom, it's the feeling of no weight. It's a very spiritual card. You know, you can either, I don't know, take the journey, you know, or carry the weight and stay in the same cycle. But eventually, you will find yourself in a year from now or 6 months from now, every year for the rest of your life, in the same exact situation. If you continue to carry that weight, because that's the weight you bear. You choose to bear that weight. So you can choose to fly if you can. The Fool is very fearless. It takes a lot to be able to be the Fool. That's living in your own authentic person. Following your own dreams, what makes you happy. Taking the minimum. Because you need very minimum in life to make you happy if you're living your life the right way. The simplest things can make you smile. You know? So it's on you. But journey's here. So someone's torn. You know what I mean? But you got a journey here and a journey here. All you gotta do is let the weight go. Okay? And make smart decisions. The Fool doesn't make stupid decisions. The Fool is smart and spiritual. But people look at the Fool as being a fool sometimes. But to me, that's not a fool. To get to that type of wisdom, to feel free and liberated, you've put that weight down numerous times. Picked it up, put it down. Picked it up, put it down. You know what I mean? So it's really up to you. The Fool is smart. Knows to go after happiness. Knows that there's more things in the world than just everyday problems. You know? So I love you. So this week will really be like this week coming up is probably going to be a good week for learning certain stuff and going over certain stuff that we've already learned and taught. It only makes sense because it sucks. Some of you do have to prepare for the worst if you're not ready to fly. You know what I mean? Because it's Saturn. It's unavoidable. But you can fix it this time. Instead of dismissing it, you can actually fix it. You know?
When are you gonna make dinner?
When am I gonna make dinner?
A few minutes.
I gotta get your sister and then the game's at what, 4:30?
4:25.
4:25.
You want dinner by 4:25.
Oh, you're telling me? Yeah. Alright, we'll figure it out. I'll make sure you have all your goodies. Alright guys, I will talk to you tomorrow. Ooh, I love you. Have a great night. Happy Sunday. Go watch some football.